Hello, today I'd like to share a paper pumpkin alternative, and it's just tags. So I cut up a card to make make the tags, and I used some of the boughs, and then this one I used the edges of the boughs and the scraps to cut out some holly shapes, and I just cut out some little circles. This was an envelope, and I just cut out the envelope. This was another tag. I think it's a lovely label tag. And then I cut a piece of cardstock, Whisper White, for that. But I'll explain all later. And this is basically about how the cards come, except I put that on an angle instead of straight like the picture. And the sentiment was supposed to be merry and bright, and I just don't put merry and bright on Christmas cards. So I switched the sentiment and I put a bunch of sequins on my wreath, and I added a few more boughs. So that's a little different there, but it's basically how it's supposed to be made, except for a few minor adjustments there. So I'm sure you have seen the paper pumpkin this month, so I won't open it up and show you my mess. There's plenty of other people out there showing you exactly what we got in the kit. If you have never done a paper pumpkin subscription, you're missing out, because you get a whole bunch of stuff in these kits, and they're all inclusive. You get your ink spots, you get your dimensionals, you get glue dots, you get everything to make whatever the project is for that month. Oh, well, this month it is cards. So it makes 10 cards, and that would be your cards. It comes with the envelopes, everything to make all these projects, and it has all the instructions. It has coordinating colors that can be used with this kit. And I have used a few. So anyway, let's get started. If you'd like to check out more about Paper Pumpkin, I will have the link below to my website, and you can click on Paper Pumpkin once you get there, and it will tell you some more information. But okay, so I'm not making the cards, so I can set them aside. We're just going to make some tags, kind of similar to these ones. So what I did was I cut out a bunch of little holes with a hole punch, with cherry cobbler, and then I used the guts from one of these that was empty, and I cut out the little holly shapes like this. I used my holly punch, and I used the small ones. I did one large one. I don't like the large ones. They're too big on these little tags, so I cut out all the rest in the holly punch. I can put that aside. What else did I use? The boughs, I cut and made it a little smaller. So cut a little bit of the stem off, and then just we'll glue that onto the little tag. What else? I used a sequin on the top of the bough. You'll need your little baker's twine. It looks like it's braided. It's very, very pretty. And what I did was I took one of the crumb cake cards, and I got 6 2 1/4 inch circle punch. I cut out 6 of these, and I also cut out some in cherry cobbler and some in very vanilla. Out the 2 1/4. Out of the 2-inch punch, I cut, this is from the envelope. Let me show you. I take and I cut it down here, and I cut it down there. Now when you open it up, this part you can use for, see, it's plain vanilla. you can use it for your for use. And then this part you can punch out your circles. But once you slice it down here and down here opens, trying to rip it, I waste a lot. So I just cut it on my cutter. And that's how I do the envelope. Let's see what else. So that's the circle from the envelope. That's the circle from the card topper. This one of these. So you can get like 4 or more out of a card. And then this is the other one. So you can get the same thing out of one of those. And I think that's about it. Yep, so let's just stick a few together and I'll show you what I did. You will also need, well, I colored my little holly leaves with dark granny apple green. And I just want to go over that just to make it a little bit darker. You're not going to see the other side, so I'm writing all over. I don't have a mat. I should have put a mat on here. Oh, that's okay. So anyways, that is done. Put that aside right now. So that's what I used for that. And you'll need some Memento Black and some cherry cobbler. You can use your stamping spot from the kit, or you can use whatever you like, whatever colors you want to use. The only reason I have black is because of the cherry cobbler cardstock. I didn't want to do that same color on it, so I took out the black. I have not stamped with it yet. The stamps I used, and of course mine's all dyed red now because red pigment colors your stamps and it does not come off. For You. And the other one I used was Here's to a Christmas Filled with Love, Laughter, and All You Wish For the sentiments on the back. So there's that. And I think that's about it. Oh, no, I needed a little circle punch. Where'd I put it? Okay, for this, I like cut off the corners, like, you know, like that. Just to make it look like a ticket punch type thing on those. And the tags, oops, yeah, I used half a tag for the sentiment. So you get 2 For Yous out of one of their tags. Or you could use white cardstock. Use your scraps. White or very vanilla cardstock. So that's those. And yes, I have some For Yous printed from the envelope as well. Or stamped. I stamped it from the envelope. So yeah, you can see it's the envelope. There's the other part of the there. So okay, I think we're good to go. All we're going to do now is like stick them together. And let's do this one first. And I cut a piece of Whisper White. And this is 2.5 by 1 3/4. And I'm going to cover that. So that's why I did it on there. Now I need some glue. You can use glue dots or you can use snail. It's up to you, whatever you want to use. I like using liquid glue. I live in Florida, and it just seems to, it's better in the humidity. Snail seems to come undone after a while, and I just don't want to give anybody a card or a gift with something missing on it. So that's how I glue that on there. And then I take my wee punch, my little 1/2 inch, and I just snip the corner like that. If you need more, just go over a little bit more. Doesn't have to be exact. Just snip a little bit off the corners. Right? And that is how I did that. And the reason I have the white here is because I wanted white. My fingers were all glue. I wanted white on that. Put that down there. Don't need that. Now on this, I think I might use this time. All I'm going to do is glue. Put a little bit of glue down here. Stick these bows. Snip that off. Stick that there. And then Keep forgetting I have to take that off. Lay it down. Put that one there. And then I'm just going to, I'll put one of these on there. Yep, that one. Just for a little color. Could have just stuck that in there, right? I'm going to do it that way this time. I'm going to put it underneath there. Maybe, yeah, I'll put it there. Still says for you. They can see it, kind of, sort of, maybe, yeah, for you. And then, oh, you'll need your hole punch too. That was the one I used for the little berries in the hole punch. Just a regular, I think it's a 1/4 inch hole punch. And then I used 1/8 of an inch for this. So I'm going to punch a little hole about right there. And then get me a piece of the string. Just a tiny piece, like about that. Snip that off. And poke it through here. I have glue all over me. And then through there. Oh, I put it on the wrong side. Well, do you know what we're going to do there? Instead of sentiment, oh, I guess we're going to put this one on there. We'll have a double. I put it on the wrong side. Why didn't you tell me? Ha ha. I bet you're all shouting at me. Ah, you put it on the wrong side. That's the joy of not knowing how to edit. You get all my mistakes and blunders as well. Yep. There we go. All right, that fixed. See, there's no mistakes. We can always fix them. Right, so there's one little tag. And then we'll do another. Let's see. Let's see what I've got here. I got that and that. All right, so these three. I'm going to put that one on there. And I'll put that one on there. And I'll put that one on there. So, there we go. Just glue away. You can basically just make them however you want them. Now it won't come out. Oh, I need a pen. Sorry. There we go. Now it's going to burst out. Let's do this all at once. Right. No, maybe this is about empty. It doesn't feel empty. Yep. Alright. There we go. I'm going to use this one, maybe. Oh, yep. Same thing. Liquid glue. I usually prefer this pointy top on this one. That's 2. And that one on there, 3. Now I can stamp, stamp, and stamp. So let's do the cherry cobbler first. You could do this first if you like, doesn't matter. And normally for photopolymer stamps you have to have, not always, but usually it's better to have something underneath with cushion. But my thing is actually a foam underneath here, so it's quite soft. Oh, I can't do it in red, I have to do it in black. Forgot. Well, I'm not going to waste it, so I'm going to stick it right there. I'll cut out a square. or cut out that shape there, so I don't waste an ink. I'm awful, terrible. I need to stop. You'd think I was a hoarder, but I'm really not. I'm just very frugal, and I just use up everything that I can. And this is Memento Black. There we go. Clean off my stamp real quick. Okay, that's done. And I've already stamped all the 4 years, so we don't have to do that. Alright, so let's flip them over again. And see. I think this needs trimmed. It's too long. So just cut off a little bit off the edge. And I'm actually going to put these on first. How about that? That way I can place my other things pretty good, because I want to cover up the edge of it type thing. Alright. I'm going to do the holly leaves on these. And put it right there. And I'm just going to stick a bit of glue here. Oh, I think that's too much, but we'll see. Then I'm going to take my, I forgot what it's called. This tool, it picks up stuff for you. Let me show you. You just like touch it and it picks it up, and then you just stick it on your project. But I have way too much glue here. It like picks them up. That's why I have it all over my hands. This is just a pickup tool. I can't remember what it's called. Terrible. I think I'm losing my mind. There we go. That's good. That one. I used a bow on this one. Then I want to use that. So one more of these. A little bit of holly. And I'm going to put it up here this time. There. There. And let's get 3 of these little circles. There's one. Stuck to me. Another. Yeah. It's like a putty on the end, and it just holds on to your little sequins and different things that you need to put down. Putting the glue first, it might help her. There we go. And that's that one. And then this one, I think I'll use the bows. Put a wee bit glue there. Put that up there. And then put this. There's plenty on there, so I'm just going to actually put it up there. Take one of those. Off me. I don't think I got the... I didn't take the glue with it. There we go. Now it'll be glued on there. Okay, so that's that. Alright. And then all I did now was I poked a hole in it. There's the right one. So let's put a hole here. Right there. Right there. And right there. And then you take your string. Everybody needs tags at this time of year, huh? Christmas will be here before we know it. It's almost Thanksgiving. 3 more days. Well, here in America. My family over in England doesn't celebrate Thanksgiving, of course. I hope I don't knock that little sequin off. Notification. Even that off. That one. I will have all the measurements and, you know, kind of a little bit of instruction and things I used on my blog. If you'd like to check out my blog. And if you need any of these items or products, I will have them listed below. You can click on them, or you can click on them through my blog. That's not even either. There we go. That's 2. And last one. So if you don't want to make all the cards, there's a different alternative for you. Make tags to go with the card and present that you're giving somebody. There you go. Oops. Drop those scissors on. Pick up these ones, see if they'll cut. Yep, alright. So there's a bunch more tags. There we go. So I have 2 for yours, that shape, ticket, and then a bunch of these. I have stuff to make a whole bunch more. But thank you for watching, and I will upload another video soon and showcase some products that are in the holiday catalog that you can only get for 1 more month. So you have a great evening. Good night.